Are we rolling?
We're rolling now.
Okay, good. Because the disparate thoughts, I need to use them for the podcast. We already have like 2 or 3 podcast
You're right.
moments
It's
off
content.
camera.
It's about content.
It's about
content.
That's why we deprive me of sleep.
That's why I need to deprive you
because
in my
that way
basement.
it's content.
Yeah, every time you're about to fall asleep, I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hello,
JamsCast.
Internet. Welcome back to JamsCast. I'm Jyesh.
I'm K. Hi.
And today we are here
I'm white
for
today.
another JamsCast. He's white. I'm white.
I'm white. We're both
both
white.
white.
We're white. He's the same.
I don't know if you can tell.
switched.
He switched, yeah.
Kind of. Half switched.
It's rounding.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Is
It's
that
not,
gonna, is that
I don't know if it's my
that's
place
going to get us
say.
in a bad algorithm.
I thought it was funny. How are you today, Kay? Hi.
I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm white. So okay, dropping it. I just went running. So I was listening to running music, which to me is always. Actually, now it's funny. There's like a few songs I've been cycling through. I don't know if you want to hop into that yet.
Yeah, let's get right into it. What have you been listening to?
So there's my phone. Sorry, it's in my pocket of my jeans. But like when I sit down, it gets like.
You have a nice belt today, Kay. Hi.
Oh, I've been wearing. Yeah, it's a very. Should I stand up?
If you want, give it a little fit check. That's a nice belt. That's a nice belt. I could edit that out if you want, but I thought.
I feel like a whore, but it's a big belt because my thinner belt I couldn't find, but I like this big belt.
Big belts are fun.
I had a thin belt, and at work, a creature I was working with said, like when I had a thin belt, they're like, "Why are you wearing this lady's belt?"
No.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah, they were cuckoo crazy.
Go to HR or something.
But what was I? Okay, yeah, I wanted to
Stuff you've been listening to lately.
So on my run that I was doing less than an hour ago, probably. Let me just I can like get the exact list.
Okay. Do you want me to talk through my stuff while you pull it up?
No, I have it here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Coin-operated boy, which I mentioned a bunch of times.
Yes.
From Creature Commandos, which you really gotta see.
I know. I've really been putting it off. I've been in like a movie watching phase lately.
Another song from Creature Commandos called Wanderlust King, which is also each episode of Creature you really gotta see it because each episode has like a song as like the center of the episode.
Oh, I would love that.
And I should have described that to you a long time ago, but I only described like the one episode I was hyperfixated. Only the best part of Freebird, which is 5 minutes of Freebird.
That's really funny.
Baby Blue remastered 2010. Queen, Killer Queen, Top of the Pops 1974. Don't Fear the Reaper. A Horse with No Name.
Oh, I love Don't Fear the Reaper.
Redbone, Come and Get Your Love. The Man Who Sold the World 2010 remaster.
Love Redbone, Come and Get Your Love also.
I love Man Who Sold the World because of Metal Gear Solid 5, which
Yes.
I've never played. I played once at a friend's house because it was on Xbox Live and I didn't have a console that I could play it. And he wasn't that into it.
Yeah.
But he let me play it, and I'm like, this is so cool because like I was like able to like try being smart, and as soon as it messes up, I'm like, fuck it.
I think I watched it at a cousin's house, but I never really played it.
Five's like the least. When I say cinematic, the cutscenes that are there are cinematic, but like Metal Gear Solid 4 is 8 hours.
Yeah, no, that's a very different type of thing.
5 is like what, 40 minutes or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's all tapes, but it's great gameplay. Theme of Laura from Silent Hill 2. Do you know that? Do you know that theme?
I don't.
You might have heard it.
I'm
on
not
like a
too
video
familiar
essay.
with Silent Hill, honestly. That's like one of my gaming blind spots.
I don't know if you'd ever play it, but you should watch a playthrough of it.
Yeah, you know, I played PT.
You played PT?
Yeah.
Where, at a friend's house?
Friend's house.
Because I know you don't have a PS4.
I don't. I played it at a friend's house.
Well, Silent Hill 2...
I'll tell you which friend after, I think.
Yeah. Well, and this leads to my next one because it was theme of Laura 2 because they remade Silent Hill.
Okay.
I'll say I love the PS2 aesthetic. Even though I never actually had a PS2, I went from PS1 to GameCube. But you know that era, maybe it's because that was when I really got into gaming.
Yeah,
and you can kind of see that in my animations. I don't like I have.
No, I see that a little bit. Yeah,
yeah, like I have what would be considered high definition textures, I guess. But I don't feel married to. I don't like realism in video games as much. I like stylized.
I feel the same way as you.
Which leads to the next one, Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday, which is from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, that's a great song, too.
And one of the ones, I accident.
You listen to all of these while you go for long runs. So that makes sense.
I missed one. No, this is one I had been listening to, but I accidentally clicked it, so I didn't listen to this one while running. But
sure.
Gogol Bodelo, my compañera. I don't know if that was also in Creature Command.
Is that in Spanish? Do you want me to read it?
No, I think this guy's like Romani or something. I might be so wrong. I think I searched it up once and I said that, but I might be wrong. And if I've like gotten that wrong, I'm just dumb. Okay, that's it. Don't. And another one I skipped, and I really want to listen to. Maybe I'll just play it here, and you can cut it out. Is Sexy Back? I accidentally clicked it. Sexy Back X Home Depot full version.
Oh, I've heard that. You don't have to play it here because
I want to know. Okay, fine. Yeah.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
in that game, I hyperfixate about occasionally.
That one. The one. Yeah.
I think actually I showed you the Home Depot stage.
You did. You don't even know the lore behind that.
Yeah, I know Home Depot started showing up like everywhere.
Well,
I mean, I've been to a Home Depot.
No.
My dad likes it.
This is some serious Smash Bros. Community lore here.
Oh, no.
For the Smash Bros. Community.
What happened at the Home Depot?
Well, it's a fun story.
Is it the center of a Twit Longer?
No. This is a fun one.
Okay, it was fun for... I'm sorry, I was about to say something
You're getting dark. This is not a dark one. The Smash community has like two main forums that they really communicate on that I've seen. Or three, if you count Twitter. But it's like Twitter, Reddit, and Smashboards, right? Which was like a designated Smash Bros. Forum.
I was only ever interested in the modding community, so I never... That's the only...
Yeah, and that's fair. But... on one of these forums, I want to say it was Reddit, but it might have been Smashboards. It kind of got cross-posted, and then like it was everywhere. It was either before Smash for Wii U or before Smash Ultimate when people were like, "Ooh, I want this character. I want this character." There was a person who made a post that was like, "Okay, this is gonna sound crazy.
This was his.
I just had the most vivid dream. It was a trailer. it was a trailer. It was a Smash Bros. Trailer. You saw the like." Cross and then the burn and then it was like Mario and Luigi and they were in a parking lot and then all of a sudden Home Depot gets announced for Smash Bros.
As a stage? Or
as a character.
What is it, the building?
Home Depot as an establishment got announced for Smash Bros. That's the lore.
And then and I'm sure people made trailers.
It's just lasted all these years. Plus, Home Depot, the song, has been a meme for a while.
Home Depot's song is just so good.
So there's like a pretty deep history of Home Depot in the Smash Bros. Community.
If I was making like a superhero movie where like, you know, it's like an Invincible fight where they're punching each other through like different environments.
Oh yeah, you'd want it to be in a Home Depot.
They land in Home Depot and that song it's the perfect product placement. That song just starts playing and then like Conquest grabs Invincible's head and like throws him into a bunch of nails or something. There's so many environmental things.
It would be so good. I sure am glad that
and then you just hear
have.
Bow, bow, bow.
I'm glad that you have all these ideas about this show that you haven't finished yet.
I had seen a few clips.
That's worse. God. Okay. I'm gonna talk about stuff now.
Yeah.
So what have I been listening to?
What have you been listening to?
Oh, thank you for asking. Last night I watched a movie. It was a movie that a mutual friend of ours, who I'll tell you afterwards, said was their favorite movie. Like it's the only movie that they were able to identify as their favorite movie of all time. They said it made them cry. They said they thought it was beautiful and it was amazing. It's a movie called Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
I don't know.
It's a DreamWorks movie. It's like a 2D animated DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, I think I might have. When was this made? Was this recent?
It's like early 2000s.
Oh, then
maybe even late 90s. It's a movie about horses and like a horse.
Wait.
Where Matt Damon voices a horse.
Are the horses like? Does it start out with this like horse that's with this girl, and then the horse somehow like falls into some horse world with the horses?
No. It's just like a straight up horse story.
Do the horses talk?
No, but Matt Damon gives a voiceover like narration that's like, oh, I remember back when I was with my herd and we were trotting along. And it's like the horses don't speak to each other. It's just Matt Damon voicing it over.
Is this a fantasy? Oh my god! You know what?
You know, it's pretty based in reality. It's also very well animated.
Who the fuck is Matt Damon again?
Where would you know Matt Damon from?
I definitely
have you seen
know
Jason
him.
Bourne? He's Jason Bourne.
Oh my god! Holy fuck! It's Jason Bourne.
Oh shit! It's
no.
Jason Bourne.
I actually I haven't seen those films.
Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
No.
Really? Okay. Have you seen?
Yeah, I'm gonna know him from the stupidest fucking.
It's gonna be the stupidest thing. He was one of the Thor Ragnarok. You know the like theater actors that they got to impersonate Thor and Loki. He was one of them in like a cameo
in the very beginning. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen The Departed?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll show you Matt Damon and you'll be like, oh yeah, the guy from the Tom Brady roast or something stupider than that.
Tom Brady's the football player.
Yeah, sorry, that was a bad example. Anyway, so that's not even why I brought it up. The soundtrack of that movie is crazy. Guess who composed the soundtrack to this movie?
Hans Zimmer.
It was Hans Zimmer.
I knew it because we were talking about this last time.
Yes, because he went from this and Madagascar to, you know, like some of the greatest film scores of all time. And it gets crazier. It gets crazier because they have like full-on musical breakdowns because there's like a whole album of music that was made by Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams is like this kind of like gruff rock singer. There's two songs that you might know from him. One is The Summer of '69. Like, you've never heard that song?
I might have heard
you'd
it.
love that song. That's right.
Is it the one that goes like, it's the summer of '69.
You're not that far off.
We're gonna have a time.
Listen to me. Listen. Tell me if you recognize this. Like, da, 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 da.
Actually does sound something
back
familiar.
in the summer of '69.
I don't think so though.
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Oh no.
He also did the song. This one you might recognize, like, baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms.
That's the fun thing about music. There's always more.
We're in heaven. Two classic songs, but he did the soundtrack to this horse movie, and it's just so weird. It's so weird. There doesn't need to be a voiceover. There doesn't need to be Bryan Adams. It could just be horses, and it would have been like a pretty serious, grounded movie. But our friend is obsessed with this movie, and I don't get it.
A podcast friend?
No.
You don't need to dox them.
Yeah.
Just tell me where they live.
I'll tell you where they live, and you'll beat them up.
On my platform.
Beat them up. Yeah.
It's a him!
No, I said them.
Fuck.
It's a them! Anyway, that was what I've been listening to, honestly. I haven't been listening to too many songs these last couple of days. It's actually been like a lot of podcasts for me. Which
your own podcast?
No, I'm not.
I only watched a JamsCast. No. Okay.
I do listen to my own music though every once in a while. I don't know if that.
No,
makes
I
me,
do
like,
actually. I do unironically listen to your stuff every so often.
Oh, thank you.
And
well, I mean, I also watch your animations all the time too.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's oftentimes the things I was in I look at.
That makes. I mean, that's fine. I think it's a kind of like human nature thing.
Yeah.
I know that there's two ends of that, right? There's
Yeah.
people who like can't stand to see themselves on things or hear their own voice, and then, you know, if you get kind of used to it, then you could be like, oh, I'm glad that I did that. Or you could like critique yourself and that sort of thing.
My animations, there's this, like, my lip syncing's gotten better.
Yeah.
And I was looking at one of the older ones, and it was like Bean was going like, it's one of those things I feel like other people might not.
I genuinely could not notice.
Okay, John Frizzle.
What is this?
He did, I believe, I hope I'm not wrong, Okay, he did the film score for Beavis and Butthead Do America.
What?
And
Okay.
a thing about that, I'm trying to remember the exact story, and I'm really hoping I don't want to mix this up. Let me see if he also did.
What is this? I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's a story. It's the guy who did the soundtrack for Beavis and Butthead Do America. He the first time he did a soundtrack is for this comedy movie. Not the first time he did a soundtrack, but he did a soundtrack for a different movie that he didn't know was a comedy movie. So all the music was like this awesome action music, and then it was. For like, I thought it was Snakes on a Plane, but
okay.
I don't think it is because it's not on his Wikipedia. But then he had Beavis and Butthead Do America. They're like, we want you to do the same thing, and he's like, I'm so confused. What do I make it? And then like someone else said to him, like, do it the same way you did the other one. So this movie has like this like super like. It's like music in like an actual like movie that's a journey or coming of age or some shit like that, and instead it's just. Like Beavis yelling like, "No, we're supposed to score. This always happens. We're going to score and we don't do it."
That's
and then the bus driver yelling, "Shut the fuck up!" I'm like, "Yo, shut up, but why?" It's just like beautiful, like he's giving a big speech.
That's amazing. I don't know if you saw the movie Challengers. It was like the one about tennis and sex and threesomes.
I am one of those things.
Zendaya was in it.
She was in a threes. That's gross. I'm sorry. I'm a bad...
Great movie, but the reason I bring it up is because the people who compose the soundtrack are Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails and Atticus Ross.
Yeah, okay.
And their soundtrack is, like, incredible, but it's, like, this intense thing paired with tennis, and it's like a pretty funny juxtaposition. I love it. It works.
This is what I was thinking about before I started rambling about Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
I want more things where they grab a musician that like and then don't lie to them or don't tell them what the job really is.
Yeah.
And then have them do something completely out of their like style.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second, I do make cartoons. When they get longer, we've talked about this, like implementing music is right now, since they're just like the longest one's been 6 minutes. So when they get a little longer than that, I think we can consider really adding music into them.
Yeah, that would be
And
great.
you've talked about making music for it even.
I've expressed a desire.
But I also thought and the only one that has music is the funeral episode. But I thought it'd be funny to do that. Like occasionally, like if we start adding music into it, occasionally get like a guest person, and then someone that's obviously like. I just want to surprise them, kind of. It would like go with that improv-y kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And then say like, yeah, can you do this within 3 days? Bye. See what they come up with.
Okay. That's funny you bring this up because it kind of ties in to the music fights that I was thinking of asking you. Which is to say, okay, so here's the thought, right? We live in a world where artists tend to get like boxed into things, right? And sometimes
Like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Exactly. But I see what you did there. But sometimes, like,
No, I'm kidding.
you
They're
know
not
that there are
artists.
artists with like potential that they can express in other forms,
Mike Tyson.
and you're like, I just want to see that perfect thing for Mike Tyson, of course.
Like Mike Tyson Mystery Adventures.
Unironically a good example of this,
Yeah.
right? So what I'm posing you the challenge here of, and we're only going to name one, is think of an artist or a band or some sort of like thing that
Doing something else that...
should try something else, that you think they would do really well in this other avenue.
If I can go on a tangent about this...
Oh, please do, because I need to think also.
Stephen King directed one film. I forgot what it's called, but the plot of the film is a meteorite comes in, has an opening scroll like in Star Wars explaining a meteorite's coming near Earth, and it causes all the machines to come to life. And like in the movie,
Is it like Maximum Overdrive or something?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and it's like
I've seen
I
that
haven't
movie.
seen it. But I've seen clips like we created them. It looks so. It looks actually like funny as hell. And
I watched it because I thought it was funny.
I love that David Lynch says like yeah, I was coked up during that entire thing, and then everyone else like no.
David Lynch or Stephen King?
Stephen King. I always mix him up for some reason. He said. David Lynch
being coked up would be crazy.
No, David Lynch never did.
Anyway,
Stephen King said I was coked up, and everyone else like, no, he wasn't coked up. No, he was drunk. So, yeah, a guy lost his eye during the making.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Do you want to go first? Okay. Now that I've disarmed you,
please do. I don't know why I said please do. Yes, please I will. Please do. We
somehow synced those laughs. That was very eerie. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to try to stick to music for mine, right? And the person who I'm going to highlight here, right, is an artist who I think does have, like, untapped potential in terms of their sort of like versatility in like a narrative form. Like I want to see this artist in film soundtracks and that sort of thing. And that is Black Country New Road. Black Country New Road is a group of like 6 or 7 artists who came out with like they come out with this really interesting style of music. It's called like Baroque indie rock or pop. It's complicated.
When you say broke, you say Baroque. Okay.
Baroque, like Baroque.
I'm really stupid. I thought I forgot we were talking about music.
I mean, we're not just talking about music. You can talk about whatever you think of because I made a pretty broad question on purpose. Mm-hmm. So now, Black Country New Road, right? Their music feels very cinematic. They do some things with their albums that I think are typical more in like theater and in film and in TV, which is to say they like weave motifs throughout their songs that like reoccur and things that kind of occur multiple times over the course of it. Then they also use a much more acoustic instrumental palette than most bands these days. Like they don't really use synthetic instruments. It's all they have like a saxophone, they have string, they have some woodwinds every once in a while. I don't know why I'm doing this when
hands are good.
Yeah. And then guitar, bass, drums, everything's live, everything feels cinematic. And I just think that there's so much untapped for like a movie film score that was composed by Black Country New Road. I think they have a lot of potential in that. And, you know, there's a lot of current artists who do kind of foray into film scores. Like, the one I can think of is Billie Eilish in the Barbie movie, yeah. Right? And the Barbie movie had a lot of, like, really great modern pop artists. But the Barbie movie was also appealing to, like, a pop sort of sentiment. Yeah. I think that Black Country New Road more fits like a premium cinema style like genre. So that's what I'd like to see. And again, this is a pretty open-ended question, so I'm curious to see where you come up with here.
Is it against the...
It does not have to be music. It could be anything.
I want the people who make Sesame Street like in the same aesthetic as Sesame Street to work with. I'm trying to think of the right director. Like to make a. I was honestly imagining something like plot of Silent Hill 2 or something in that psychological horror thing,
but with puppets.
Yeah, and I don't mean like the puppets in like they're using puppetry to make a really cool. I mean. It's just a normal fucking movie, but with puppets.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they do a little bit of that in Jurassic Park? Or am I making that up? I thought they might have been involved in some films like that.
No, yeah, but what I mean is I want the human characters to be felt Sesame Street.
Okay, yeah.
Or just...
So... Kind of don't hug me, I'm scared.
You know, I was thinking that as I was saying it.
But I mean,
but you know, that's a success. That's a success story.
It's a huge success, and I think that like if you got someone as mainstream as like the Sesame Street or Muppets.
Is that the Jim Henson Company?
I don't know. That's why I'm being vague.
Yeah.
Jim Henson was the creator of them originally, but I can't say for sure.
I guess the Muppets, they didn't do horror, but they went into other things. And I just, puppets are...
Well, sorry to interrupt you, but it's been like a decade since we've had any real movies from the Muppets, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because it was the Jason Segel movie, right?
They had a crossover with Doctor Who and Star Wars.
Yeah, well.
They're the connection.
Sorry, continue. Sorry for cutting you off.
It was something fucking stupid. I don't remember what I was saying.
I think that there is some untapped potential there. I think that...
I mean, like, it's... I'm sorry. I said, oh, go ahead. No, wait, I interrupt you. I mean, like, do you ever see, like, fucking Saw movies, the shit they pull there? No, just do it to a fucking puppet and put the organs in the puppet.
Yeah.
And then have, like, it be gushing out. It's like, okay, we were actually talking last time about that movie, America World Police or whatever, like, America.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that show was inspired by, God, I'm about to mention something I really want to talk about, but I don't remember what it's called. It's this old British show about this like military unit, but it's like it's like Captain America, World America Police, or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay.
But you're going down like 4 tangents.
My point is, it's action figures.
Yeah.
It's fucking movie. It looks good.
That's cool.
I think if you take it seriously and you just have a felt puppet doing really mature things, people will just be like, oh yeah, I forgot they're puppets.
That is something about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, right? Mm-hmm. There's a level of irony there that they treat it with, where it's like, haha, they're puppets, they're supposed to be cute,
but it's also just good.
It is also just good, but I think what you're saying is like, maybe just do an unironic, like, no, the puppets are actually like dying and scared.
Yeah, they're not puppets.
Yeah,
they're puppets depicting,
right, this isn't a joke.
Yeah.
I think that could be really interesting, truly. I like your idea.
So we should get some puppets. The sharks were only the beginning.
What
are you talking about? We were the sharks.
Right, we were only the beginning. I still remember the hand up my butt.
I mean,
I didn't like that reaction.
That wasn't meant to be like that. I'm tired. I'm tired today.
Okay.
That's why I'm white.
Anyway, let's move on to the draft. This draft is inspired by our conversation from last week, which is to say, we are going to be finally drafting our favorite Broadway musicals.
Did we finish what we were talking about before?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Okay. Oh, it wasn't a draft. It was
just the music.
Okay. Favorite Broadway musicals.
Yes.
I have very limited. Do they have to be Broadway?
No, it could just be musical. I said Broadway. I meant like musicals.
I'm gonna let.
And again, this is a very vague and broad category.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. I also have an important clarification. So, what about films that are also musicals? I feel like those are discounted. So, like even like La La Land should be discounted.
I say. Oh, wait. So do you mean they make a musical off of a film?
Or it's like a film that is a musical.
No, yeah, that I don't count. But if they make a musical off of a film properly,
like say The Lion King on Broadway,
that's a different story.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. And again, we're saying musicals, not plays necessarily, musicals.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is really tough just because there's so many things. Mm-hmm. I think that I am going to start off with some kind of low-hanging fruit.
Okay.
Just because it's recency bias, frankly.
Yeah.
Which is Wicked.
Okay. I wasn't even going to go for that.
And that's fair. So let me give my spiel, right? Wicked is a fascinating story. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't really experienced it before seeing the movie. Like, I saw the movie, then I saw the play, like, just on the internet, maybe not.
Is it based on a book? I mean, obviously, Wizard of Oz, but I mean, like, it's based on a book.
There is a book called Wicked that it is based on, but this is much more like lighthearted and lively than that book. Also,
I should probably check it out.
I think it's really worth checking out.
I have seen
Ariana Grande was incredible.
I've seen the South Park rendition of
right.
Wicked. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I mean, you know me. I'm not a big. South Park guy.
It's all about the subtext.
Sure.
Do you like the subtext? Do you agree with the subtext?
You're referencing
In
a South
Wicked,
Park
do you
joke.
like the
this is a
subtext?
South Park thing.
No,
and
do
you know
like
I haven't watched.
Yeah,
South
but
Park.
like, do you like the subtext in Wicked?
Is this an unironic question? It's not. Okay, let me talk about Wicked. So I just think it's like this really powerful story, truly, and I think that it's this story that is so meaningful for so many people who felt like marginalized and felt like the other, and I just think that's a really emblematic thing of theater in general.
It definitely.
So I have a lot of respect for that.
I should really check it out because I know nothing about it except
Yeah.
for the South Park thing.
I think you would enjoy it. I really do. You like the music.
I liked what I heard of. At first time I heard the gravity thing. It doesn't even sound like it's in that one commercial.
Oh,
with the two fucking phones. And I just thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
No, do you know the commercial with the phones? The phones talking to each other?
Oh, no, I do know that commercial. That's not what I thought you meant like the State Farm commercials.
No. I don't.
Those were more for the movie anyway. But the original cast of Wicked
so you
is
saw the
stacked.
proper play.
I did see a
musical.
clip of the proper play. It was so the person who voiced Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, is the same person who voices Elsa in Frozen.
Did she perform it on the play?
Yes. Like that was her breakout role.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's my first pick, Wicked.
Vought on ice.
Vought.
I'm joking.
that's funny.
What was I saying?
Avengers
Hamilton.
the musical.
Alexander Hamilton. It's just so good.
That's an easy.
Low bearing fruit.
Yeah.
Because there's some I want to pick. Well, there's one I know I definitely want to do that.
We'll talk about Hamilton first.
Yeah. It's just so good. It's like one of the only renditions of our. No, actually, I find American history really cool. I found the colonial period really cool. That's just the nostalgia from learning about it when we were kids.
Right. The
I
brainwashing.
also think that any country where you learn your own history in school, you're going to get a extremely a hero
Clean.
tale.
Yeah.
Right. And Hamilton, even though Hamilton kind of approaches it from a different angle, you still are kind of, even though it's like, yo, man, Hamilton cheated on his wife. Spoilers. I mean, it's 400 years ago or whatever. 300 years ago, not 400. Is it even 300 years?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I don't know the moment it happened. But what was I saying?
The room where it happened.
The room where it yeah, I just like, I like Assassin's Creed 3. So I like the colonial period.
That's valid.
So I like Hamilton, and the music is so good. A friend of mine, actually, I was watching it with him because he had a Disney Plus subscription, and he showed me and another friend it on a watch party, and I just really liked it. I was surprised how much I liked it. And
Nice.
I was like, yo, and then when they had that one part, rewind, and I also listened to the soundtrack before that in high school.
Yeah. It was all everywhere.
It
when
was
we were in
so
high school.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a great second pick. Or first pick
First
for you.
pick.
Yes. So now I'm going to make my second pick. That's why I was thinking second.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick the one that I think you have a chance of picking, but even though you might not actually pick it, which is to say The Lion King on Broadway.
I've never seen the movie or The Lion
What?
King of Broadway. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everyone just keeps saying, this is Simba and, Harambe guy and they go on adventures with Bambi.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to piss you off.
You got to listen to me for a sec, okay? This musical,
Well, it's not entirely. I have experienced the story in its original form in the Shakespeare play
Sure,
Hamlet,
yes.
which I read.
I think that the story is the least interesting part of the movie, right? It's
The furs.
the movie and the show. The Broadway version of this musical is incredible. I'm not even. You're laughing, but I'm being serious.
No, I
about
just remembered a conversation about this I had years ago, and should I say it?
Oh God.
Okay, so it's also a question I have about the movie because they were saying the live action Lion King. I'm like, What do you mean it's live action? It's live action. And
Well, no. I didn't mean like the live. I meant like
no,
the
I
theater.
know, but I got so I'm
It's
like,
not live action.
What do you
It's
mean?
animated.
Well, yeah, like what? You mean they literally? Is it puppets? No. It's like. Is it people in furry suits? Like, no, it's not the Cats movie. And like, so what? They got the animals actually, like, they fucking move their mouths with peanut butter.
No, it's CGI. That's an animated.
Yeah,
movie.
but what about the live action? Is that furries?
It's people in costume.
Are they standing up or on their floors?
They're standing up, I think.
So they're
if I'm
furries.
remembering correctly, sure. But
That's a good.
the
reference.
music is like what we're really here to
Yes,
talk
yes,
about.
yes.
And I think it's some of the most incredible composed music of all time, truly. Like the harmonies, the like influences from like African music and just the incredible performances.
Give me an example of one. I probably have heard it because
okay.
I would have heard of.
It's the circle of life, and it moves us all.
I think I heard
That's
like,
one that starts with and then have you heard of Can You Feel
Yeah,
the
that one's
Love
great.
Tonight?
I like the one that appeared in.
Scar has a great song in that movie too.
You know, I like the In the Jungle.
Have you?
Light.
Well, that's not The Lion King.
Are you fucking with
Pretty
me?
sure that's not The Lion King.
That's not in the. Are you fucking
Isn't
with
that The Jungle Book? If I'm not making it up.
Okay, I like the Jungle Book's music.
You're great.
I haven't seen the Jungle Book,
Hold on.
but
one more
I
thing.
want to be like you.
Hakuna Matata. If you've heard of that one, Hakuna Matata.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
You know, it just occurred to me.
I think you should watch The Lion King.
What were we saying
I think
about the
you'd like
Circle
Lion
of
King.
Life? There's a song called The Circle of Life.
Yeah, that's the opening number of the film.
I don't know if it was Eric Andre saying this, but I have some memory of someone going, "The Circle of Life
That
is
sounds like
so
Eric Andre.
beautiful." I'm
sounds
trying to
like
remember
Eric
if it was a
Andre.
reference to The Lion King because I've never seen it.
It definitely was.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think The Lion King's really great. I thought you were gonna pick it. That's why I picked it.
Nah.
But okay, you're number 2.
Still have to go for the.
We're going 5 each. by the
Yeah,
way.
Les Mis.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
Revolution.
Do you hear
The people singing the song of angry men. It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beat.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the film version?
No, I saw.
It's not good, frankly.
We've already said we went to the same high school, right?
Yeah, we've said this before.
Yeah. I saw high school play.
Oh, okay.
And I really liked it. I think
Oh,
they
you
did
know
a
what?
great
I saw
job.
that too, actually. Now that I think about it.
And then I looked it up online.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great.
Yeah, that was a good time. And I like and also like Jean La Ja. It's funny because this happens to me a lot in musicals. I actually like I don't really give a shit about the plot as much as like the emotional experience.
Yeah, sure.
That's the thing a musical conveys that it puts you. Those musical sessions are like you're in the feeling of the character's mind.
Oh, you know what would have been a good draft? We'll have to do this another week. Things that should be musicals that aren't.
Adventure Time.
Oh,
It probably
Adventure
is.
Time
I'm
kind of.
certain it is.
We'll do that another week.
Okay. But yeah, I'll just let you go because.
Okay. So now my next pick, right? I picked The Lion King is my second pick, and Wicked is my first. I'm gonna go for an older one, but you know it's a great one. West Side Story.
Okay.
One where my first exposure was through the movies of West Side Story.
Yeah, I saw it on HBO.
Did you actually?
Yeah, the cowboy robot things.
Okay.
And it's Westworld. I'm sorry.
I know it's Westworld. You didn't have to explain your joke to me, K-High. But West Side Story. Are you familiar with it at all?
Is it about like greasers and they're like?
Yeah, basically, it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
yeah, but
that's another play I hate.
Is it actually?
I mean, no, I don't hate it. I respect it for what its cultural thing is, but it's also just like, as a romance plot. I'm like, dude, you met 3 days ago. You were like simping over someone else 2 days ago.
Yeah, no,
she's 13.
It's extreme. Now 13. Okay, yeah, it's not quite that faithful. If that makes you feel better, the age
She's
gap
not
is
13.
Not creepy. Yeah,
This isn't.
No, it's not. It's not like that.
This isn't a.
You don't need to continue whatever the rest of that joke was.
This isn't a thing.
No, I just think West Side Story is a really great. Great musical and a great
any song I would have heard of, even if I haven't seen it.
Have you heard of Maria? Like Maria?
Oh!
No, that's
actually,
Ave Maria.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding. What was the one you were?
Maria. I just met a girl named Maria. I
That sounds
don't remember
familiar.
the thing.
That sounds familiar.
Then there's also like I wanna be in America.
Oh, that sounds familiar too.
Yeah, it's an iconic musical. I think you've probably heard more of it than you think. And they also do that thing where they like weave musical motifs throughout the whole thing really effectively, and like each gang has their own like themes and assigned to them.
The gangs have their own themes.
Yeah, it's very
dude. It's awesome. Why don't we do that in real life? Dude, we kind of do. MS-13's
We
theme?
kind of do have.
Yeah?
Like
we have them for countries.
Like there's like crip walking and like, you know.
Oh, I don't know enough about. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm white. Is that cut out? Is that cut out?
I love this joke. I think it's so funny. I'm leaving it.
Guys, it's okay. I'm not actually. It's okay. I'm being racist to the whites.
Oh my god.
Camouflage. Okay, what were we saying?
West Side Story, you go.
This is recording, right?
Oh, it's recording. I just looked over and I was like, I hope it is.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, The Sound of Music.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
I'm honestly, between Les Mis and Sound of Music, I was really worried you would take one of those.
My embarrassing confession is I haven't seen The Sound of Music.
I saw the high school production!
Ah, okay.
And then I listened to it online. But of course...
Gone with the Wind is another one I've not seen.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
But the first exposure I think I had to The Sound of Music was in Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z abridged episode. I want to see if I can calculate the exact number. It was before 30 because it was the Frieza. No, it was the Frieza saga. Can I tell you the scene?
Sure.
It's, you know who Frieza is? You know the
little
horny
I
guy?
kind of know the. Yeah.
Okay. So you know how he has like 4 forms or whatever?
Wait, yeah, I've lost the plot, but continue.
Okay, he just transformed into his second form and he just starts singing it really sinisterly.
The Sound of Music?
He starts singing like, like raindrops on roses
yeah.
whiskers on
Well, that's Mary Poppins.
No, it's not. That is The Sound of Music. I've listened to that song a million times.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm thinking of Chim Chim Cheree. That is, these are a few of my favorite things. You're right. I mixed them up.
Then he starts like switching up the lyrics and he starts saying like, watching the cowards quiver in fear.
That's good.
These are a few of my and then one of them says like, is this me? Is he singing to himself? And he fucking impales that guy.
Yeah.
I'll show you that scene later.
You can show me it later. I'm curious.
That actually, if that was a thing you had seen, you'd probably make a video about the abridged music choice.
I probably would. I think that's a really interesting juxtaposition.
Because Dragon Ball Z has a whole thing where there's like multiple versions of the tracks because of the dubbing and all this
you've
shit.
told me a bit about this.
Yeah, but anyways, Sound of Music is another one where it's just the music is so fucking good.
Fair.
Do a deer, a female.
Yeah.
And I really gotta stop doing that thing where I just start singing it out of nowhere. But
I think that's part of the appeal of this podcast.
It's so good, it wants to leap out of your head.
Exactly. Okay.
I'll let you,
my turn now. I am going to say one that I know you don't like, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which is Rent.
Yeah, I very much dislike Rent.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for it. I like the music. I don't know.
I saw the movie first. I didn't see the high school production of that one.
I did see the high school production of that one.
But I saw the movie, and I guess it was because I was a cynical teenager, but I'm like, guys, they're fucking squatters. Man.
Yeah.
They're like, pay your fucking rent.
No, I remember
which is so
you telling me this
stupid. Which is such a, I'm sure.
I think it's worth a rewatch.
I think I should, because I was a dumb high schooler. I was like 14. Oh, yeah. That's generous.
So, have you tried getting a job?
Hey, yeah, you tried. You're poor, get money. What the fuck?
Yeah. I think the thing that in particular like sells it for me is like the 525.
That's a great song. That's a great song. Yes.
Like that song alone is enough to carry it. But it's got great music, the whole thing. Jonathan Larson was a genius, and I think that it really has lasted very well.
I actually thought, I was like very interested in like, oh shit, the drug addiction thing and then the AIDS thing. I liked those. I thought it was interesting that, but when they're like, oh man, and we gotta pay rent and we gotta make a musical, I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about you. Who's this fucking guy with the glasses? What is even your story? Are you gay or are you? Why am I watching it if you're not?
So Rent is my fourth pick.
Yeah,
and it is your turn.
I had something. Am I on 4 or 5?
You're on 4.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any others that you would snatch.
I don't think you need to worry about that.
Okay, I'm gonna say Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, I figured you'd go with that one. Great musical.
Great musical. I watched David Hasselhoff version. It's funny because he doesn't even bother with a British accent in it. He's just
David Hasselhoff.
And he fucking there's one part where he like tears his shirt like open. Alive was the first exposure I had to it. I think I saw a video someone made with this like, you know that old Windows, not Windows Movie Maker, it was this program where you could like it's like having Sims do animations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do know what you're talking about.
They used that to animate like the scene, and I'm like, yo, this fucking slaps. And I started like acting it out in my room, and at this point in my life, like my dad didn't know like I was really into like reenacting scenes. So there was a time where he's like, Kevin's gonna fucking but then later he's like, and then later I found out, oh, you were just reenacting The Dark Knight. We're fine.
Oh, that's good.
But what was I saying? Alive, Confrontation, what's the one that goes Lost in the Darkness.
Is it Lost in the Darkness?
It might be.
It might be Lost in the Darkness.
Just beautiful sound. And Jekyll and Hyde's one of my... I really love Victorian literature. I've read Dracula. I've read The Portrait of Dorian Gray. I've read The Invisible Man.
I've been meaning to read Portrait of Dorian Gray.
It's great. And I've read Jekyll and Hyde, of course. I think it may have been the first one. And actually, Alan Moore's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Have you ever read that?
I've not, but I'm familiar with the concept.
I've read, I think, the first issue of that, and I was like, I already knew about Jekyll and Hyde, but I never read Dracula. And I'm like, dude, these characters all seem freaking awesome. And when you actually read their stories, they are. And it's something about that gothicness. It's just really cool. So yes, Jekyll and Hyde. I like that's one of the few where I actually like the story, and I like the characterization of Jekyll and Hyde in different media. I actually love those two characters. And there's a whole video essay I could make.
Oh yeah.
Maybe someday you could just point a camera at me and I'll just ramble for like 30 minutes.
I would love to see the K-High video essay series one day.
That definitely has to happen eventually.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
So that was your fourth.
Yeah, go.
This is my fifth, and I'm kind of between like 5.
Okay.
For this last one.
Curious if you'll get my fifth.
I don't think I will, but I'm gonna give you. I think this last one. There's just a little nostalgia woven into it, a little family history, and for that reason, I think I'm going to pick Annie as.
That is a good one.
It's a really good one.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. It's so.
Or even like maybe far away.
Wow, yeah, I saw the movie of Annie. This is so strange. I think the South Park people are. The South Park people.
Your phone is going off. I was like, "What? Is someone singing with me?" That was crazy. It was harmonizing with me.
How do I punish it?
I would not do that. Yeah, that's. Oh God, we gotta wrap this up quickly.
Okay, before I destroy something. Okay, where were we?
Annie. It's a really, really great musical. I just think it has a lot of heart. I think that it's so fun. Not a lot of musicals are.
It's a really fun story about an orphan.
It is, honestly. What does that say? But it's
You
so
want to
good.
have fun?
It's so
you
good.
want orphans to have fun? We all do.
We all do.
I was
Let the orphans have fun. That's my political campaign.
Did I just? I think one may have flashed over my mind, but I lost it.
Okay. I'll talk about my honorable mentions afterwards too.
I have to say really quick. I know you don't watch South Park, but I'm pretty sure they've made a musical that
I would not be surprised.
They made the Book of Mormon.
Yes, that's right.
Which I've never seen it.
I've also never seen it.
So, and I don't know. I think that's a thing where like actually Mormons might be cool with it, even though it's making fun of them, but I'm not sure. So I don't want to endorse anything.
I mean, it's so popular that like you could probably endorse it, but we should watch it before we say that.
I mentioned they had the episode about Wicked. They had a whole episode about Broadway, and they had an episode about like where Cartman for some reason thought he was a ginger. It's this whole thing, and then he makes this like ginger advocacy group, and like the girl they have playing Annie isn't a real ginger. Kick her ass. So I think you should see the Broadway episode.
I should.
But what was I saying?
Your fifth pick.
Okay. I'm actually struggling to think of one. There's one.
Do you want some of my
song
honorable mentions?
I can go. I can
Okay.
go, and then we'll do honorable mentions. I just want to say, there's one that it's only one. I've never seen the play itself. I never was even attracted to the idea of the play itself, but I saw one song from it, and just because I can't think, I bet there's another musical that if I'm gonna later think, oh, I should have done that one, but I'm gonna go Legally Blonde.
Oh, I love that one. Actually, I think that's a great musical.
Know the there, right there. Look
Yeah.
at his that. I used to know the entire thing, and I just found it because it must have been high school. Like freshman year of high school, it must have been because I was into Danganronpa, and there was a video where people used the Danganronpa because that's like Phoenix Wright with the
I know
portraits. Yeah, really fucking cool music, really fucking weird game franchise. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, I've heard.
Just for the record, I don't like the perverted stuff.
Anyway,
what was I saying? It's cool for other reasons. Anyways, what was I even talking? Oh, right. They used those characters to sing the song.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the funniest thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I've listened to that song to death.
I've seen Legally Blondes both in musical theater form and the movie.
I have not. I read a Wikipedia description of it. I don't know if something about the premise of like, oh, she's a blonde, but now she's a lawyer. Something about that. I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
It's really fun. I had a really good time with it. I think it's empowering, honestly. Like,
okay, that's good. Is he gay or European? So stylish and relaxed. Is he gay or European? I think his chest is wet. Like,
have you heard? I think Bend and Snap is from that too. I don't know if you've heard of that.
What's that?
It's like, it was really popular on TikTok for a while. It was like, look at my ass, look at my thighs. I'm coming up to the guy.
Dude, that's the kind of song, like, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Bend and Snap. Like, it's pretty catchy.
Yeah, that's the kind of song lyric that might be a little too much for me in my fragile disposition.
Valid. Yes. So let's discuss honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Now.
Have you done
I did. Annie. So, okay.
Honorable mentions.
I have a lot to go through. So I have a couple to go through. I have a lot of nostalgia for the musical Oliver.
Oliver Twist?
Yes. I just think it's really fun.
I've read...
but then it also gets like very dark and maybe too dark.
Shit. I was going to say, I've read Great Expectations, but I've not read Oliver Twist. I feel like I've read something, and I've read A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
But I've not seen any.
Yeah. I'm going to rapid fire a couple too. Billy Elliot was a musical I saw that I liked. Beetlejuice on Broadway was really fun.
I saw the movie.
The movie's great too. Then, as much as we ridicule Cats, there's some really great music from Cats.
Well, I mean, Cats. I don't think people ridicule the play. I've never. I'm not a.
Sure. So now I used to hate Phantom of the Opera, but I actually really like some of the music from it.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
in any
really?
form, yeah.
Wow.
I've seen the Scooby-Doo
It
character.
gave me nightmares when I was a child.
I saw the Scooby-Doo character that kept... Did you see that one?
I did
where,
see
like,
that one.
and then he thinks he's all fucked up. Like, no, that's a funny mirror.
Yeah.
You're fine. Like, you're not great, but you're fine. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know exactly
It's
what you're
like one of my
talking about.
favorite Scooby-Doo moments.
So yeah, Phantom of the Opera was one I felt like I should mention. Chicago is a fun musical. Then we could go older with like your Mary Poppins.
I barely remember.
Singing in the Rain also has had like
Clockwork
a Broadway.
Orange, my favorite.
Anyway, do you have any other honorable mentions?
I'm gonna try my best. The Peanuts musical, which I haven't seen, but I know there's like the Poor Sweet Baby song.
There's a
in it.
SpongeBob musical too.
There is a SpongeBob musical, but I haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
I know there's shit. I can also say ones I want to see.
Oh yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
Curious about the Death Note musical because I love Death Note.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Did you know that was a thing?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Death Note might have a resurgence at some point soon. They've already made. I told you about the Among Us game they did.
You did. That would be great.
And the Stranger Things creators are making a Death Note adaptation.
I did not know
You
that.
did not know that?
I did.
Wait,
The
you
Duffer
watched
Brothers.
Death Note. You actually have a reason to care about what I'm
And
talking
I
about.
watched Stranger Things. I care
forgot
about
that.
both of those things.
Oh my God, Trump Death Note might actually happen. No, that's in the manga. They did a like
That's really funny.
like a spin-off manga, like one shot, and
Yeah.
Trump was in it because he's the president.
That's pretty crazy.
And they could put him in the fucking show.
So okay.
Oh yeah, and I'm sorry, I can't.
Prince of Egypt was one that had
Wait,
overseas some
Is
Broadway
that the
show.
Disney movie where?
No, that's the
it's not-
DreamWorks one. That's the story of Exodus.
Is it the one where is it the one that Terminal Montage sampled for their cartoon where Kirby gets mad at the pyramids?
I don't.
You've
think
not
so.
seen this?
I have not seen that one.
Oh, I gotta
mean,
show you that.
I'm curious now.
It's like they're whipping, like Kirby sees some pyramids, he looks a little sad, and suddenly he's having like a Vietnam flashback to this movie where they're like whipping at the slaves to build the
Maybe it
pyramids.
is.
Is this the
It's
movie
so
I'm thinking
funny.
of?
Yeah, it might be. It might be. That's really funny.
I gotta show you that.
Okay, we're approaching time. I don't think we have time for some noises today, K-High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
I made a lot of noises.
a lot of noises. You gave more than enough noises.
Okay.
Well, that is all the time we have.
Yeah.
So where can the people find you?
You can find me in the card and at KHigh 1809. That's my username.
Yes, that's his username.
Yes. Animations. New one came out pretty recently. I forgot if
recently.
I already talked about it. And I'm already on work on the next one.
Woo!
The grind never ends. Never ends.
It never ends.
Never ends. Never ends.
Yeah, that's why I keep you awake in my basement.
Yes,
at all hours of
exactly.
the
You
day.
gotta keep. I'm the work monkey.
Yep. Well, that's all for today.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoy.
Okay, bye. Love you. Bye bye.
Yep.